What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today what I got for you guys, we're going to be talking about all the Black Ops 6 beta maps that were leaked that you're going to be able to play. I do got early showcasing of the majority of the maps just to showcase what they will look like. We also have upcoming remastered maps that are going to be coming out during the life cycle of Black Ops 6 that were also leaked. We got a lot to talk about in this one, so if you find the video informative or helpful at any point, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. A quick reminder, I did post a couple of videos in regards to Black Ops 6 Zombies, the early gameplay. And for those of you guys interested in MW3 news, we have the Season 5 Reloaded update on the way, which I made an entire roadmap, talked about all the upcoming maps, the weapons, the modes, the crossovers, and events. So if you missed that, I'll have that link down in the description. Before we get into it, a quick word from our sponsor, MessyModdingStore.com. It's a store that can get you the most exclusive operators, help you complete your Mastery Camo challenges, and much more. And the reason why I promote them is they do everything 100% legit without using mods or unlocked tools. And not to mention, they have some of the best reviews, so check them out. The link will be down in the description. As most of you guys probably already know, the entire Black Ops 6 beta was fully leaked. We got to see early gameplay and early footage. Over on Twitter, a lot of people were able to access it using jailbroken PS4s. They did an update, which was update 1.49, added that into the database for PlayStation. And if you had a jailbroken PS4, you were actually able to access that early. So they were able to go in there, play all the brand new maps, use all the new weapons, and pretty much see everything that you would see when the beta fully goes live for everyone else. Now, since then, Activision has actually removed this update from the PlayStation database, but it was a little too late because by then they pretty much revealed everything that we need to know. Surprisingly, even though they ended up removing that, I'm guessing some of the big leakers still have a way to access it because there was a couple more leaks that ended up surfacing. Number one, which I think is probably the craziest leak we've gotten so far, but someone was able to access the campaign menu, and usually in the campaign menu, after you complete all the missions, there are the cutscenes that you can play for each mission, and they actually ended up playing every single one of them. It ended up being a total of 26 minutes of straight campaign footage. I'm not going to spoil or talk about anything that happened during that because that's something that you should experience for yourself when you actually get to play the campaign, but it's the fact that they have access to some of the craziest stuff like this, and apparently it's COD HQ's app that's the one to blame. So they're adding stuff for Black Ops 6 in the Call of Duty HQ app, and I guess that's how they're accessing it, even though they ended up removing the update from the files. So that's already floating around over on Twitter. I would highly recommend that if you don't want to get the campaign spoiled for you, make sure you mute the word campaign if you're over on Twitter, because I didn't see it myself and I don't plan on seeing it up until I actually get to play the campaign, but people may end up spoiling some deaths or some things that may end up happening. So I just want to give you guys that fair warning before. If they've already started leaking stuff like this and the beta is not even out yet, when the beta officially releases, there's going to be a lot of stuff being leaked, but that's probably the biggest thing that we have right now. But anyways, let's talk about the major topic for today, and that has to do with all the upcoming maps. So players who got to play the beta early actually showcase all these maps, and there was a total of 9 maps that were available in this beta build, meaning that this might end up having some of the most variety we've ever seen. Usually we only get like 4 to 5 maps total, but this time around it's looking like a total of 9 different maps. Some of them will be 6v6, some of them will be 6v6 and strike maps for the smaller scaled modes. But the first thing I want to go over is the UI. So this is a concept of the official Call of Duty UI. I can't show the official version because of copyright purposes and all that, but this is what it's actually going to look like when you select the map and you start loading into the lobby. So first off, on the top right side, it's going to tell you the mode. It's going to have the little icon logo for the mode, which in this case I put Team Deathmatch. I went ahead and put firing range or whatever map the name is, and there's like a white rope line going under the name of the map, and then it says loading map. It then goes on to show the actual map itself, which just like an overall map, like a blueprint of what the map looks like. It is going to be highlighted in orange. I tried to recreate it in the same exact way that I saw it from the concept. And then at the very bottom, this will show you the stats that you have for the particular map that you're currently loading into. For this example, I ended up putting 19.36 for the average eliminations in the game. I mean, I try to make myself look a little bit better, but then the KD ratio, I also put 4.78. Most likely I will never have that high of a KD, but just wanted to put that. And then the win-loss, which I put 0.78, so a 78% win rate. Then when you look at the left side, it is the entire map. In this example, use the firing range. I actually made a couple of concepts with different maps and how they will look. It is a little bit animated. It's not as animated as it is with Cold War's loading screen. So the realistic way is it's just a photo and it switches from left to right. So it slowly slides from left to right, and that's pretty much the entire thing up until you load in. I tried to animate it with some of the direct footage and some of the early gameplay footage that we ended up seeing, just to make it look a little bit better. But this is the concept and what the UI will actually look like. But let's talk about all the maps that are going to be available. The first one we have is called Derelict. This is the train yard map. I believe it was the most played one during the direct, and a lot of the devs said that this was their favorite map. It would make sense for them to introduce it in the beta. It's probably going to be one of the major fan favorite maps that people are going to probably play the most. Then following that, we have Skyline. This is the rich mansion map. We have a couple clips of it. There's like a pool. There's also a bunch of different rooms and areas. Something new that we actually learned about this map and quite a couple of others is it's going to be highly interactable, very similar to Black Ops 4. You're going to be able to open secret doors, secret hatchets. You're able to actually close the blinds and make a room darker. It just has so much interactable options that we saw from the early gameplay footage. Since I can't share the actual footage, it's basically like a bookshelf opening up after you press a button or slide a book, and then it leads you to another room or like to another entrance. But following that, the next map that we have after that is called Scud. This is the one with the super big satellites, a little bit dark and foggy. It has a bunch of different trenches. We saw a couple of clips from the direct itself. Don't want to spend too much time on that, but this is Scud. The next one after that is called Pit. This one I believe is going to be a strike map because it's just so much smaller. It's going to be underground. We got like maybe 2 or 3 seconds of footage on what that looks like, but this is another map that will be available. Then we have Babylon. We knew about this map, but it wasn't officially confirmed because we couldn't tell if it was campaign or multiplayer, but this is actually going to be coming into multiplayer. We once again do have a little bit of footage. There was like a couple seconds of an operator shooting at another operator, and you have like this building with an arch that you can run under. Following that, we have Gala. This is the one where it looks like there's some sort of like a presidential election debate or something like that, a get-together that they ended up having. It looks like the casino, but it's not really the casino. We saw what it looked like in the campaign version of the game, so this is like the closest. Is just a bunch of American flags all over the place. It's a pretty big hall and a room, and you're able to just navigate through that. The marble floors, and it looks like it's like a high-end place. But following that, we have Stakeout. I'm not entirely sure if it's the same exact building that's the one from the campaign that they showcased, but that's what I used for the concept. It actually will take place inside of a building. The majority of it is inside of a building. It's like an apartment with a bunch of different rooms that you're able to access. You're able to go outside and then go into another room. There's another apartment you're able to reach, and then there's also the balcony, which you can jump on the side. But if you end up jumping off the balcony, you'll end up getting eliminated. This is like the best example that I can give you guys of that map. Just think of a apartment complex and you're able to play inside of it. But the next one that we have is called Rewind. This is the map that we saw with the store, the DVD area. It's like the area that's going to be turning into a zombies map pretty much, and we got footage of that, and that's what the map will look like. Now the last one is called Protocol. This is the 9th map. I can't show you guys any gameplay footage because we didn't see anything really too much for it in the direct, but from the gameplay that I saw, it looks very similar to some Cold War maps. It's a foggy area. It looks like it's an island with one big building that has like a tall sort of church, and then across it there's another building. It literally looks like a Warzone map. So it's like a super tiny Warzone map designed to be for 6v6. That's exactly what it looks like to me, but that's the map called Protocol. And these are all the maps that are going to be coming in most likely during the beta as well as the full launch. Now there's a total of 16 maps, so this is just half of the maps that we are expecting. Now there are a couple of remastered maps that were apparently leaked. Now these, I can't tell you guys when exactly they're going to release. They may be during like upcoming seasons throughout the life cycle of Black Ops 6. But the first one that we have is Dig from Black Ops 2. Leakers found references to these multiplayer maps from these past Call of Duty titles, as well as they actually saw a little bit of a sneak peek from the Avalon Warzone map. So if you leave Skyline, which is the mansion map, you can see a bunch of other locations that are surrounding it. So it looks like it's a part of an entire Warzone map, which is Avalon, and they saw all these different types of maps available in there. So first off, we have Dig from Black Ops 2. This is the photo that we have, and this is what Dig looks like. Then you have WMD, which is originally from Black Ops 1. We ended up seeing it in BO4 as well as Cold War. So we saw it a couple of times. Then we have Yemen from Black Ops 2. We have Hacienda from Black Ops 4. We have Firing Range from Black Ops 1, which they're calling Firing Range 2.0. My guess is it's probably not going to look exactly like Firing Range, but it's going to be a upgraded version. So maybe like Studio is for Black Ops 2. That is the same map, except they changed some of the graphics and some of the quality and some of the stuff. They turned it into an actual studio. But the next thing that we have is called Fringe. This one is from Black Ops 3, and this is the photo that we have of that. And then the last remastered map that was already confirmed for us is going to be Nuketown. This one, they said that it's going to look exactly like Nuketown, except there was like a desert or something, some sort of sandstorm that hit the map and and turned it into the way that it will look now. And they mentioned that it's probably not going to end up being available directly on the first day of launch. So maybe during season 1, as the seasonal content comes in. From what I do remember, the devs did confirm that all the maps launching on day 1 are going to be completely original Black Ops 6 maps, so that way you can actually deal with a new experience of the game and you don't feel like you're replaying another Call of Duty title. And then later on, as we progress into season 1 through 6, then they're going to start introducing these maps. But what are your thoughts and opinions based on everything you've seen so far? What is your favorite map and which one are you looking forward to playing the most? But that's all they got for you guys in this one. Thank you guys for tuning in, and hopefully I'll be seeing you guys again. Peace.